Do you think it's better to go all in on your strengths or try to be more well-rounded, investing effort on improving areas you aren't as strong in? Recently, this was a question I was asked in an interview, and I've been thinking about it a lot lately because I have been crafting spaces for wannabe creatives. What's a wannabe creative? A wannabe creative is a professional, any person who has an inkling towards creativity, an inkling, a curiosity about getting more creative, or like myself, a STEM professional who has been, hiding their creativity because the STEM part of them wins out. So STEM, science, technology, engineering, math. And I would say for a better part of my life, the creative element, despite my background here, the creative element has been kind of at this like dormant level. I haven't really expressed it fully, never expressed it fully, because I thought I would go with my strength of being a computer scientist. But I am here to tell you, wannabe creatives, I am here for you. I am here for those who just think they're not creative and want to figure out how to be more creative, or if you're like me and you have a desire to get more creative, I'm here for you. And what that looks like is, if I go back to that question of, is it better to go out all out for your strengths or to be well-rounded? It is better to be well-rounded. I have been a Renaissance woman, a multipod, a multipotentialite, someone who is multi-passionate for much of my life, but I focused on the strength or one zone for a very large part of it. And that has served me. It has served me well, but it would have served me much better if I was free in my mind free to explore many different creative avenues. And that's what the Innovation Doctor is here for. I am here to help all of the wannabe creatives out there explore creativity and not just pick one creative lane. Sometimes I think we can get stuck in, I want to be a photographer, or I want to be a watercolorist, or I want to be a poet. But for those of us who can't decide and don't want to decide and just love the idea of exploring, that is our creative element. That's when we're in our creative flow. Our creative element is if we are trying and dabbling and doing all different types of things. This is what I'm here for. For most of my career as an educator, I helped children try to bring out their creativity, spark their passions in a variety of different areas. Computer programming. When I ran a makerspace, it was about helping them figure out how to design and solve problems and prototype using all these different cool tools like laser cutters and 3D printers and vinyl cutters and so much more. And it took me 3 years out of school where I worked in a makerspace with a wood shop and a really industrial laser cutter and multiple 3D printers and so much more. And it took me 3 years to do one project for myself. That's not okay. It's not okay for me who plays in a play space, but it's not okay for you either, the wannabe creative, because life is short to just not dabble, not play. So I am here to bring on the play, to bring the spaces where you can dabble and wander and explore. If you want to be more creative in the kitchen. We can explore that. We can explore recipes, different ways of making bread. How do you even come up with a good meal plan that's fun and engaging so that it's sustainable and you want to do it, right? The same thing can happen with exercise. We all think, all right, let me pick my activity and I have to do it every day, in and out. But we don't, because we want to be creatives. One week we can be into interval running. The next week we could be into weight training. The next week we can be into yoga. The next week we can be into Pilates. You don't have to pick one lane. You don't have to develop a habit in one lane. You don't have to be in depth go in depth in one place. It is better to dabble and investigate and be curious, because that's going to keep your mind active. That's going to keep you engaged. That's going to bring the energy, the spice to whatever it is you're trying to do. So I talked about the kitchen, the gym. We can just talk about being creative in the general sense. If we take about the arts and crafts, right? So I could be a photographer one week. One week and I can explore watercolor. One week I can explore collage. The next week I can explore acrylic painting. The next week I could just want to color in a coloring book. The next week I could want to dive deep into photography and learn more about DSLR cameras. The next week I could go down digital storytelling realm. This is what I'm here for. I am here to explore all these different things. I would love to hear more about what you're passionate about, what you would like to learn more about, what you would like to be curious about, and how you would like to expand your well-roundedness and what you would love to investigate and bring into your life, because you don't have to just go to work, wake up, go to work, come home, cook dinner, maybe cook dinner, go to sleep, and do it all again. Rinse and repeat. No, every day we should be injecting something new, something exciting, getting curious, experimenting with new ideas and new things that we can do. I'm just looking around the space of mine, and there's so much that I can engage with and play with. And that's why I keep the space with so many different things, because my eye loves to see different things, but also I love investigating different things. I love staying curious. I love to investigate new things. So I want you to think about what areas you would like to improve in and investigate and experiment. Outside of the arts, music. Do you want to learn the piano? For the longest time, I'll have to tell you this story. I had the deepest infatuation with the cello. As a child, I picked up the violin. That was the instrument I chose. Again, probably because it was practical, it was light. I could carry it home and back and easily. But as an adult, I just became in love with the sound and richness of the cello. So much so that I went on Craigslist, found myself a cello, had it in my home for so many years. I think for about a month, I attempted to start learning how to play it. I really realized that I needed lessons, but at that time there weren't a lot of places online to find lessons, and so it felt like a barrier. But when you're trying to learn something new, the beauty of now is that there is so much available to us. So many ways we can explore new things. Back to the cello story. So I had this cello I got, and I lugged it from actually not that many places. And a few moves, I took it around with me. And finally, this last move that I did, I had to say goodbye to the cello because I wasn't doing anything with it. But I was okay with letting go of the cello because I knew that if it was really meant to be, it would come back into my purview at some point in time. And that at this moment in time, there were so many other things that I really wanted to do and explore. And lugging around a cello and storing it when I didn't have a lot of space for storage didn't make any sense. And the beauty of this story that I'll end with is that the home of the person that I was able to sell it to on Nextdoor, she was in the same exact place that I was when I bought the cello from another person. She just wanted to learn and explore, and it was a time she saw it and said, "This is the time," and embraced that. And I was so happy to give that to her and give her the books that I had and everything that I had bought to help myself learn and to pass that forward and pass that on. That is a gift of exploring other things, of exploring different avenues, of investigating different areas, is that the periods of learning can be a day, it could be a year. But the in-betweens, you can share what you've learned with others and get them excited about learning something new or get them excited about what you're trying to do. And the best way to do that is in collaboration with others. The things that I have been able to embrace and keep going are because they're part of community. They're places where people are gathering, like-minded people are gathering to do the same things. And this is what the Innovation Doctor is cultivating for all of you: community, places where like-minded wannabe creatives can roll up their sleeves, do projects that make their hearts sing, but also discover new things to explore, to be curious about. And you can do that with me currently in my Facebook group. It's a private Facebook group, but anyone can join. It's called Innovation Sanctuary: Move from Burnout to Creativity and Joy. And you can find it at heyinnovationdoctor.com/bliss. Go ahead, look it up, join us there. I would love to get more people in that community where every week I'm pulling out different exercises or questions, reflections, just to get you thinking about what are the ways I can bring more creativity and joy into my space in my life and explore and improve in new areas that I would like to be a part of. So there's an offering that I have for all of you, my wannabe creatives. For now, there are plenty more that will be coming, but for now, join us in my Facebook group, Innovation Sanctuary. You can find the links down in the notes. Is it notes on YouTube? Still figuring out all my lingo for all these things that I'm doing, but look down in the notes and you'll find a link to the Innovation Sanctuary there. And I hope you'll continue to join me. Like this video and subscribe to my channel because I'm just getting started and I'm going to be serving you, the wannabe creative, with a bunch of explorations as I dive in to improve and investigate and get curious about all different types of things in life. And I'm going to do so here, right here, in my YouTube channel, The Innovation Doctor. So subscribe and join me for the journey, join me for the ride. So today I want to conclude with, I've got two choices. And this is great because normally I would just be like, one channel, just focus, pick one thing. But you know what? In honor of the whole conversation we have just had about, is it better to go all in on your strengths or try to be more well-rounded by investigating, improving in other areas? Since I talked about investigating and exploring different areas. We're going to do that right now. So I'm going to pull from my Affirmators Creativity card deck a card to send you off with, and then I'm going to send you off with another special gift. So you get two today, which is exciting. And today, this card is Seeing the Best. I hope that gets in focus. Seeing the best. And then I hope it focuses on me. Sometimes I don't know what's going on with the camera, so let's go. A little experiment. Next time I make something, I promise to only comment on its very best qualities. If what I've made seems like garbage, I'll find the beauty in that garbage. I'll sign my name on that garbage and proudly put it on display. When someone asks about the garbage, I'll talk openly about the process that got that garbage made. Then find out what day the city picks up trash. No offense, garbage. Seeing the best, which is great. It's about I did this thing. So that ties back into the whole conversation about exploring and diving into many different areas, because you know what? If you try it and you explore it and you're like, well, you don't have to keep it. Throw it out with the garbage. Yes. All right. So see the best in all the things you explore and try to discover and improve in your different passion areas, or just a new area that you hadn't even thought about or seen or discovered. And I'll be bringing you more of those here. So see the best. See the best in everything that you try. And, okay, because we're not sticking in just one channel, I am going to bring you something nice, because I want to remind you that you are awesome. And I have this book called You Are Doing a Freaking Great Job, and you are. So I want to remind you of that. And I'm going to pick a page in here. Ooh. And here is your quote. Don't be pushed by your problems. Be led by your dreams. Ralph Waldo Emerson. All right, friends, go out there and be led by your dreams. Until next time, innovatively yours, Dr. Abigail.